Alright, so I would also want to add to the video about how to learn a language, especially Hebrew. Um, Another way that I mentioned was other than online or free multimedia type of sources, um, you can buy books or rent books at the library. So I've found books that I like. Basically, the topics I'm interested in as far as Hebrew is concerned. I like modern Hebrew, which is more of a recent interest of mine. Before I was interested in biblical Hebrew, like almost exclusively biblical Hebrew, because my main purpose was to just be able to read the Hebrew Bible in Hebrew and not in English. I just always wanted to be able to do that. And so some steps I took. I went and got the most basic books I could find, and when people would give me gifts and things, like a couple friends or a friend or two, one friend in particular gave me a couple books on Hebrew, like dictionaries and stuff. So I'll just show them to you. I'll share them each. I have some modern Hebrew books, some uh, sorry, some modern Hebrew books and some biblical Hebrew books, and also some religious Jewish texts. Um, and so they've all been very helpful for me. I know maybe some people have, you know, I don't know, they might be a little, religion is always one of those topics that, it can be a little bit of a touchy subject. And I'm not saying like one way or another that people should or shouldn't learn Hebrew for whatever reason. I think if you want to learn anything, I mean, there's nothing wrong with learning things. It doesn't matter who I am or where I'm from or whatever. I think I have the right to learn Hebrew from any sources I can get my hands on just because I'm interested in it. And so, it's just one of my many passions. And so I'm just sharing that with anybody who might have any similar interests, and people can feel free to express their comfort levels of whatever. But I understand that some of these books are religious texts for some people, and for other people they really couldn't care less. And that's everyone has their own thing. So I just want to say up front that I have nothing against any culture. I collect things from many cultures, including religious texts, and I don't think it really matters what religion I am or what religion I'm not. I think it's okay to learn from religious texts without having to be that religion. It helps me kind of understand different cultures actually, and it's kind of been, I guess you can say, like enlightening. It's been quite enlightening to me to be able to learn about a different culture's texts and a different culture's background and history just through reading original you know types of manuscripts, like not like the original actual ones, but original writings in that actual language, or at least as closer to it than English would be. And so I have really found that to be quite interesting. I don't know how old I'm gonna live to be, but maybe I'll be able to learn multiple other languages. So anyway, let me get to what I was gonna do before my time runs out. So I'll start with some of the biblical Hebrew types of textbooks that I used. This first one, I don't know if they still make this one. I got this like maybe in high school or something. I don't know, a long time ago. But it's called it's by Teach It Yourself. Teach Yourself Hebrew. Teach Yourself Biblical Hebrew. It's called A Complete Course. I don't know. There's a glare. Maybe you can't see it, but this really was a complete course. I found it to be quite good. Uh, can't really show you the inside too well, but if you look closely, let me turn off this light real quick. Yeah, maybe you can see it now. If you look closely, maybe you can see kind of written notes and things I have written all over this book because it's mine. So I I wrote all in it and all over it, and it's in pretty nasty shape because it's been jammed in my backpack, and I never actually took any formal classes other than teaching myself in my own my own special way. So this is one book, Teach Yourself Biblical Hebrew, and basically I taught myself Biblical Hebrew, reading, writing. I'm better at reading and trying to translate than anything else that I find is slightly easier than trying to speak or trying to write. I'm terrible with the spelling. I just can't get it down so far, so I'm still working on that. This book also has been very helpful. It's called Biblical Hebrew, a text and workbook, and so it's by a lot of different authors here. Bonnie Pedrati Kittle, Vicky Hoffer, and Rebecca Apps Wright. So this is a textbook and a workbook, and inside it you can see they have many lessons. This is lesson 7. You can just kind of write in here. I wrote in here. I don't know if you can see it. You can just kind of write in there, and then they have a full dictionary and also lesson answers in the back. The other one, this one also has the answers for the lessons in the back. I recommend these two books together. This book at the time from Borders, our long lost Borders bookstore, $14.95. And this book, I don't know. This book was actually a holiday gift to me from my parents. So moving on to Modern Hebrew, I have this Modern Hebrew, Teach Yourself Modern Hebrew. Now, the Biblical Hebrew book only came with the book itself. It didn't come with the CD. This book actually came with the CD. I don't have it in here, but open it really quick. The pages are falling out. The binding was really not made very nicely for this book, but I found it really helpful. It was a lot easier than the Biblical Hebrew, maybe because I already knew the Biblical Hebrew somewhat. I'm not sure, but this one seemed way easier to follow, but at the same time, the dictionary in the back was kind of messed up for a couple of letters. I know, specifically anything that started with the mem or m letter, M sound, or lamed, the L sound. I don't think that they had the actual first letter for those, so it was really difficult trying to look things up that started with an M or an L, or there were a couple other letters that were kind of just missing the first letter or the first sound. It was just kind of complicated. This other book, I'm still working through this one. I got very unmotivated this book. I love it. I like it a lot, but it's just it's good, but it could be better, and it's really hard for me to explain how it could be better. It just could be. I guess it's kind of hard that all the lessons and all the instructions and all the they say chapter 1 or chapter 2 or something, giving you the instructions on what to write or how to write. They kind of just I don't know how to explain this. Basically they don't write the instructions in English, so it's kind of hard to figure out what they want sometimes. If for me, if I didn't know what they were asking me, it was hard to figure that out. So those other 3 books I just showed, I got from Borders. This one I got by Edna Amir Coffin, Encounters in Modern Hebrew 2. So this is Hebrew 2. I got this one online, I believe, Amazon. There's also a part 1. This is the workbook for part 2, and I'm not sure if there's a textbook that goes with it. So I'm gonna stop this video, and this is gonna be part 1 or part 2 of part 3 or something like that. I don't know, of a 3-part. Jeez. Okay, let me just stop it.